Hey ladies, welcome to the Fiercely Feminine podcast, where we explore everything feminine from fashion and beauty to faith, self-care and personal growth. Join me as we dive into tips and tricks to help you embrace your femininity, become the best version of yourself and the fiercely feminine woman you were born to be. So grab a cup of coffee or a tea, sit back, relax, and let's get started. Today, we're going to talk about something that's often misunderstood, and that's how to be classy. Being classy is not just about dressing well or using fancy vocabulary. It's an attitude that reflects in your behavior, speech, manners, and the way you carry yourself. In today's episode, I'm going to share some tips on how to be classy and leave a lasting impression. The first way to be classy is to practice good manners. Being polite and respectful to others is the cornerstone of being classy. Whether you're interacting with a colleague, a friend, or a stranger, always be mindful of your tone and language. A simple please and thank you can go a long way. Also avoid interrupting others when they're speaking and learn to actively listen. Having good manners is universal and will instantly make you more classy. The second way to be more classy is to dress appropriately. Your outfit and what you wear are what other people see first, and most likely what you wear will have an impact on how they form their impression of you. Dressing well doesn't mean you need to spend a fortune on expensive clothes. It's more about choosing clothes that fit well, that are clean and appropriate for the occasion. Wear clothing that complements your body type and skin tone, and avoid wearing excessively revealing, tight or provocative clothes. The third way to be more classy is to speak eloquently. Your speech plays a significant role in how others perceive you. It's not about the language you speak or your accent, it's about the way that you speak. We all come from different walks of life, so don't look down on your language or the accent that you have. It's actually something that makes your speech more interesting and unique. To be more classy, use proper grammar as much as you can, and it's important to avoid slang and foul language. Ephesians 4 verse 29 reminds us to not use foul or abusive language, and to let everything we say be good and helpful, so that our words will be an encouragement to those who hear them. Have you ever seen a gorgeous woman that is beautifully dressed and so on, but then as soon as she opens her mouth and started speaking, she instantly became less attractive? The reverse is also true. You might have someone that's not a perfect 10 by today's beauty standards, but the way she speaks and carries herself makes her more beautiful and attractive. This is the power that our speech has. As Proverbs says, life and death are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. So, use your words to uplift and inspire. It's also important to speak clearly and confidently. Along with speaking eloquently, remember to also be a good listener and avoid constantly dominating the conversation. The fourth way to be classy is to be confident but not arrogant. Confidence is essential, but it should never come at the expense of others. Speak up when you have something valuable to say. However, don't brag or boast, and be humble about your accomplishments. I believe that true confidence comes from knowing God and who He is, and knowing your identity in Him, that you are His beloved daughter. I like to call this God confidence. The fifth way to be classy is to cultivate your interests and stay up to date with current events. A classy person is always learning and expanding their knowledge. Cultivate your interests and hobbies, whether it's exercise, dancing, painting, singing, cooking, baking, playing an instrument, gardening, learning new languages, or reading books. There are so many to choose from. Be sure to lean into your interests and make time for your hobbies. This will not only make you more interesting, but also enhance your social skills and make you a more well-rounded person. Being classy is not something that can be achieved overnight. It's a journey that requires a conscious effort to improve yourself and your behavior. You might make mistakes at times, but it's important to pick yourself back up and keep going. By practicing good manners, dressing appropriately, speaking eloquently, being confident but not arrogant while cultivating your interests, you can become a classy lady and leave a lasting impression. Thank you for listening. I hope you found these tips helpful, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay fiercely feminine.